they're either loading them into the car or about ready to pull away, I say, okay, now, folks, these are your plants. There's no charge for them or anything like this. But what I would like to suggest is this: if you want to, and if you don't mind, put a value on these plants, what they would be worth to you, based on your income or whatever, what they're worth to you, and then write out a check for that amount to the Hunger Task Force.
Well, we're too damn cheap to do that.
And send it to the Hunger Task Force.
What a great idea!
You know, and I say the Hunger Task Force because one of our friends is on the board there, and they're a non-religiously affiliated one, as opposed to this other group that's split off from them.
But that's usually people who
and people say, oh. Yeah, that's a nice idea, you know. And so I've had real positive responses to it.
Yeah.
And a couple of times we got a letter from the Hunger Task Force saying,
thank you.
"Oh, by the way, I got a donation made in your name, and we just want to thank you." You know.
That's really nice.
Well, yeah, that's one way to. So anyway, that's one way to handle it.
Well, we have one of our carpet cleaning customers in Madison is Second Harvest, which is a food bank.
Okay.
And so we donate on a regular basis because they're customers of ours, and so we always contribute. We always send them checks. They usually send us a solicitation every couple of months to Second Harvest, but that's a great way of doing it, Hank.
We had 3 years ago. We had the Master Gardeners. If you ever heard of them. It's well, anyway, it's a national organization. So anyway, we had some of the Master Gardeners volunteered to come out in cooperation with the Hunger Task Force that has a big vegetable garden and up on the north side. And had them come out in the fall of the year and took a whole bunch of plants. Okay, potted them up. And as it turns out, the guy who was in charge of their gardening operation didn't know as much as I would have thought he would have known. But in any event, I think they got, Betty, do you remember, what was it, $750 or $950 because the next spring they had a sale of our plants. And so they were able to raise money that way too. This is, we're getting here, you can see over there.
You can see where
high water, and they got gates across some of these places to keep cars out. So these are folks that are down in here either just wandering around or maybe fishing from the bank, from the shores and stuff. But you can see this is there was one spring rather, when I was training for a half marathon and I was coming down here to run, and this stretch along here there was a couple places where it was underwater. So,
there's some turtles.
Oh yeah, there's lots of turtles here.
I'm sure, lots of turtles. Yeah.
I suppose people hunt them here, huh?
You can, yeah.
Snappers.
We used to eat snapping turtle.
Yeah, my grandfather did.
Yeah. So here you go.
So have there been any new plants that have come about from this exposure last year? Are there things that you've noticed? I would imagine it would be kind of hard because now everything that might have been exposed.
Yeah, actually, that exposure experiment goes back 5, 6, 7 years ago, something like that. And it's this triggered something that is still kind of in the works. And there's nothing that we have noticed, but it's except for these grassy islands that are starting to form out there that it triggers some things where a little bit of growth caused. What the whole idea is that the plants, having the grasses out there, it creates a silt collection, and so stuff
the cycle
settles
continues.
and turn to the right here, and I'll take you out here to the grass area. But
I'm impressed by your attitude that, because I have to admit, I think I'd probably have some pretty bitter feelings about something like that happening to me, that, somebody else's carelessness, and that's
Yeah.
really what it was.
Yeah.
Carelessness, if not irresponsibility. You know
If
that
you want to, just to
and
humor
you
yourself,
paid the
take
price.
go down through this area. This is where they finally had to make the phone call from. There was this office here was open.
Yeah, you're right. You'd feel pretty comfortable and safe biking in this kind of an environment.
Yeah. Yeah. Now this whole thing here, some of these are here for the. No, this is a summertime deal. You know, they're here for the summer.
One of them even puts up palm trees, plastic palm trees.
And this is to me is part of the downside of this. But on the other hand, it's a lot of people get to enjoy this. But you know, you can just see what kind of.
Some people just love this. My family loved to camp.
No, this again is this road is closed here,
Wow,
but
look
you
at
can
that.
see where the water is running over. Usually when I bike down here, I started to avoid that little run right along the river just because it's saying on the paved
There's some fancy
section.
trailers here.
I have to admit, I don't see the appeal of.
Oh, and it doesn't appeal to me. at all.
Yeah, it's like living in a tenement. I mean, literally.
With the walls removed.
A lot may depend on where they live, but a lot of these people, if they can afford these big vehicles, I don't think they live in a hovel.
There's
But
showers.
There's showers, and then there's another shower house way down there.
If I'm going to camp, I want to camp away from people in
Yes.
in an environment that you're not, living in your neighbor's pocket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to go any further, huh?
I don't know what this.
Oh.
No, that's going to take you back to the.
Oh,
No, it is.
okay.
No, okay.
Oh, this is neat.
Let's see if we can go down there. I bike along here.
Oh.
You know, this is. I thought this might be underwater, but no, it's not. By golly.
I can see this is a gorgeous place to bike.
Yeah, and right now this is the downside. I mean, this is Memorial Day weekend, so there's
the
a
most
bunch of
crowded.
people here for this.
Yeah, this is the peak day for the year.
Yeah,
So
and this
during
whole
the
thing.
week, is this mostly?
Especially with a good weather forecast.
Well, a lot of these people will take. I don't know if half of them are going to pull their trailers back with them when they go. You know, but see how close we are to being underwater right here.
Yes.
Oh, so these.
And
Distractions.
now
So there's normally
there's a road
campsites
going to the
down there.
right. That obviously you can't use that.
Wow.
This is the tent camping area.
Yeah, so this is all normally later on in the summertime when the water levels are dropped. There's camping spots all the way around here. You can see all the little signposts up there where they actually have electric power. You know.
I think that the appeal is, the only appeal I see is getting away from electronics.
Yeah.
Telephone, and of course.
Yeah, but they bet they don't.
Come out with TV and
Yeah.
stuff
I
like that.
probably don't. They don't get good service here, obviously, because Hank knows that firsthand.
Yeah. All right, so that's more or less the end of it.
Wow, that's quite. This is quite a campground.
Oh, yeah, and this is Memorial Day weekend. So
This is the peak.
And it's beautiful weather.
Yeah.
You know, these people look, they've got stairs.
They obviously live there, yeah.
There for the year.
Yeah. We have, when we go up north in the summertime, we're not going to go up north this year, but that's the one place that I would love camping, is up in the Minocqua area. There's so many beautiful state campgrounds. And
Where the
they're-
mosquitoes are the
and
size
they're
of geese.
uncrowded. I mean, and you can camp right on the lake shore in so many areas, and that's the kind of environment that I would. But we gave up camping so many years ago.
It was more work by the time
Yeah.
you set everything up and take everything down.
Once the kids grew up,
We decided to rather spend the money to stay in a motel.
the kids enjoyed it. But now we have our backyard fire pit, and we pretend we're camping.
My parents were always disappointed in me because I wouldn't go camping with them
I came
after I
home
grew up.
last Saturday night. where had I been?